Good YouTube, this is Uber Zero. We're at YCS Providence. I have a Dragon Girl Duelist here.
Spellcaster.
Oh, is that what it is now? You're gonna change your name?
No.
She's testing out the new Prophecy Spellbook. Is that what you call the deck? Prophecy Spellbook?
Yeah, it's Prophecy Spellbook.
How's it working for you?
It's working really amazingly. It's been keeping up with what's meta right now. I'm not sure. I haven't been testing against what's going to meta when Abyss comes out, so I'm not sure about that. And the Atlantians, I haven't tested against that yet. But thus far, it seems to be very consistent.
Alright, so show us the deck.
Okay, so you got Triple Priestess. She's Master Hyperion. People say Dark Arm because of the reveal cost, but I think she's more like Hyperion because it's once per turn. She's a little more like him. Also, she gets 2 blocks from deck. Triple Breaker, breaks cards, synergy with the deck. You break, you go power, you swing over. It keeps the field control because you're doing a lot of popping with this deck. He brings it open play so you can go Priestess, and he always goes 2 for 2 sometimes because you'll have like a Wisdom.
Yeah, the Wisdom is broken with Breaker, right?
Yeah,
you get 2 for 1s.
Oh, you get it here. That's it. Okay, Triple Magician. This is like kind of like your Earth Agent, your Stratos, and this searches out all your Spellbook cards. This is the only Prophecy monster that has Spellbook in its name as well, thus far.
He is a hybrid of the both.
Yeah, so he's like interchangeable between them. This is the guy that ties in the 2 archetypes together, basically. Then you have...
You're probably gonna go to 1, right?
This is your Lone Fire. This is your Lone Fire Blossom. This brings out your Priestess. Some people are doing Endymon. I don't like drawing into him. Some people are doing the floors as well. I just don't like drawing into that. Drawing into this is fine. But I like it at 3 because it's toolbox, so it gets out your Priestess instantly. Double Veiler, I might bump it up to 3 just because it's a fucking 12-passer. You can turn it into a 3-star tuner by banishing a Magician real quick, and then with Light, and then you synchro with a Breaker into Arcanite. You make these insane plays with it, and it's really good. Arcanite's amazing. 1 Hangman of Prophecy. This guy, if he's sent to the graveyard in any way, shape, or form, like detach his material, Foolish Burial, you get a level 3 Prophecy monster in. So,
he's the Dandelion of the deck.
Yeah, so you get the Temperance. The one problem with that is opening up with a Priestess can set off a chain of dead cards. Like, opening with a Priestess means that 1 Temperance is going to be dead, which means a Hangman can be dead. But it's very rarely you'll come across that situation because you'll usually just go for game anyways. This deck is just very fast. It's very consistent. So, like, unless you draw through your entire deck, you're seldom going to be in a situation where something is dead because of that. Triple Secrets.
The Bible.
Yeah, that's the Bible. That's the interchangeable with this. So this searches this, and this searches this. And this gives you an instant setup with a tower that's already active. And we're going to get into tower in a second. So we got tower right here, double tower. Tower, it's Gates of the Dark World. On your standby phase, you return a spellbook from your grave to the bottom of your deck if you have a spellcaster on your field or in your graveyard, and then you draw a card. And it has a Gear Town effect where if it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a spellcaster from your from your deck with a level equal to or lower than the amount of spellbook spells in your graveyard. And it counts itself. As far as I know, it counts itself because of just the way cards work. It triggers in grave.
Right, because it results in the grave.
And it doesn't say it doesn't exclude itself. So unless there's an official ruling that's going to be put out, which I haven't seen yet on it, that's how it works. So you get a Hangman instantly. This is always a good card because you can have this on the field and then set Trap, and then it'll always be 1 from with Storm because you get a free search. So it's safe to have back row. It's really good. This is fucking amazing. This is the most amazing card in this deck.
Wisdom.
It's hilarious. It's so good. It's Lance, but you choose Spell or Trap. And it doesn't decrease your monster's attack, and it's searchable. You usually have 2 in the hand. You go into Priestess. Some people think they're fucking slick, and they'll go bottomless, chain, bottomless, and you go chain, chain. So it's the most hilarious card ever. It's so good. It's so amazing. Spellbook of Power, it's pretty good. It's not amazingly good, but it's something you need for your reveal cost. It's something that you can easily get off with a Breaker.
It's something to kill big guys, right?
Yeah, and it makes your Priestesses big, and you can even use it on a fucking big eye. That's just funny. 1 Spellbook Library of the Crescent. A lot of people aren't playing this, and it's because it's a dead card once you get Spellbook and Grave. And it might be something I take out just because of the Spellbook mirror match specifically, but opening with this is great. It basically becomes another Secrets. It's like a power tool sort of thing. You take 3 different Spellbooks with different names in your grave, and then from your deck, and then your opponent chooses 1 at random. So I like to open with this because sometimes you just get odd hands with this deck because everything's almost run in play sets. But you really want to open with something like a Magician or a Secrets to set up. And it's kind of awkward playing it if you don't. That's one of the shortcomings. I like this card though because I think with Tower and with Banishing with Priestess, it will be active early game. It will be a dead card late game, but if you're getting into late game with this deck, you're already plussing with your power if you're playing properly. This is a proxy Alma because I didn't print off my other proxy.
Spellbook Alma is
Yeah, this adds a banished spellbook to your hand. I hate this card so much. It's the shittiest card to open with, but it's absolutely necessary to play if you want to recycle your towers, especially in the mirror match, because if you're not running this in the mirror match, you're going to lose because they're going to always have towers over you because you need your Alma, because a tower can't return itself. So you need to banish a tower with a priestess and then add it back with Alma. So 1 life. It's a monster reborn for any spellcaster monster, so it's really amazing. This is the card I'm talking about that goes with Veiler, because it also increases the monster's attack by the amount of stars. So if you activate this, you reveal a spellbook in hand, you banish a spellcaster, you special summon a spellcaster, and its level is increased by the banished spellcaster. So if I go banish a magician and special summon a Veiler, that Veiler will be level 3. So you can go into great plays with that. And then in the mirror match, you can go into Ancient Fairy, pop a tower, and then make them as timing and gain life points.
And so your tower.
Yeah, so that's a great play. 1 heavy, 1 dark pulse, 1 book, 1 reborn, and then we go into no MSTs because it's already so background game, and you have so many plays around stuff like skill drain because you have your. I'm running triple compulse, and I'm also running wisdom. It just gives you so many plays around cards like that, so you're really not worried about back rows. You're constantly blowing them up. Double D prison. I'm not sure if I'm going to change this considering what's going to be coming out in Abyss, but we're going to see. Triple Convulse is so amazing though. Double Bottomless, Torrential, and 1 Solemn. If you notice, I'm not playing Warnings. This deck does take hits. I've consistently tested Warning, and it's been a dead card more than often. And it's one of those cards you're kind of forced to play it because it's like, oh, if I don't play this now, it's going to be dead later because I'm paying life points. Versus just playing something that accomplishes just as much, if not more, like Compulsory. Since there's Warning was great because of the whole ignition priority, but now that that's not there, Compulsory 99% of the time has been just as good. And it interrupts setup because it's chainable in the middle of your opponent doing something, so I like that. And that's the deck thus far, so it has some really interesting plays. Shining Elf is pretty cool.
One of your favorite monsters, right?
Yeah, I love this guy because it's so funny. He's a spellcaster, so is Big Eye, so you just overlay, and all of the spellbooks are usable in spellcasters, not just prophecies, so you can power this, you can wisdom this, so it's really interesting. I really like it. And the whole spellbook engine isn't restricted to only this. You can